And then back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Boyd took the advantage and played on from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage, still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. How you going, brother?
I'm good, mate. I'm doing very well. Back for another week, and yeah, there's a lot's going on, mate. I can see you got the United shirt on, loud and proud. I mean,
The most
sweet sitting on this side of the screen, looking at that.
fact,
honestly,
the fact that I did lose my bet to Saucy and Manny, and I'm buying them a jersey, as we clearly discussed. But the fact that I can actually sit here today as the second best team in the Premier League behind Man City is actually ridiculous. That seriously, we won the FA Cup, mate. We're better than Chelsea and Arsenal. Seriously. And Ten Hag lost
the
his
most
job.
hilarious thing is if you put the caveat in there that it was like,
I know, I would have won.
Whoever finishes with the most titles or whoever finishes higher on the ladder, you would have won the bet. That's the funniest thing.
Manny reckons that I said no to that. I don't
think there was that caveat in there. I don't think that was in there. I think there was no discussion of the FA Cup counting. But
I reckon he's talking shit.
Nonetheless, you'd be happy about that, and you'd be happy because Ten Hag's staying now, mate.
Is he? Well, I don't know. Apparently, we're getting is it the Ipswich, the guy that won the championship?
You're changing it up.
I don't know.
Did you see what he said? Ten Hag or something about like,
bro, he's actually the biggest
go back to having, not winning trophies because he's won 2 trophies at United.
No, he goes, wherever I go, it doesn't matter. Wherever I go, I'll continue to do what I do best, win games and trophies. And I'm thinking to myself, shut up, dickhead. Like, you won the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I know you won the FA Cup, but come on, winning games. You finished 8th in the Premier League. You made it to European football because you won the FA Cup. Like, anyway, everyone now. It's funny. The funny thing with United, Source, and the funny thing about football and just sports in general. And don't get me wrong, obviously, I'm super happy that we won the FA Cup, mate. It's my team, and I'm stoked. Did I expect us to win? No. I think we're like 750 outsiders to win it. Something stupid. Something absolutely stupid.
United were like $1.28 to win regulation time or something ridiculous like that. So
it was just dumb. It was just dumb odds. Like, gamble responsibly, of course. And I'm super happy we won it. But the recency bias in sports, Source, is so funny. You know how many posts I saw after the FA Cup, and they're like, show this man credit, and there's a picture of Ten Hag, and it's like, had to go through the Ronaldo interview, had to deal with Jadon Sancho, had to deal with Marcus Rashford drinking on the weekend, had to deal with this, had to deal with that, and he come through on the other side, big and strong, and he's won the FA Cup, and I'm just like, last week, you wanted his head on a pike, and you wanted to put it on the top of the mountain, mate, and piss all over that head. And this week, he's like,
the savior.
This guy's the savior. It's like Sir Alex Ferguson, take a step to the side, mate. The new king, the new sheriff's in town. Oh, I don't know. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to do what he thinks best for the football club. It is what it is. I don't know. Do they win?
Look, it'll be interesting to see what happens because they are going to do what they say they're going to do. There's, probably about 5 players there that stay and the rest they sort of turn over, 5-6 players, and that's about it.
It's genuinely, I said it on the show before, Højlund, Diallo, Garnacho, Manu, and maybe Bruno Fernandes. They're the 5 guys that stay. That's it. They're the guarantees. Like,
Yeah, there might be a few others.
actually, it's not a guarantee because Bruno Fernandes is actually not the guarantee to stay. So it's probably those 4 are the guarantees to stay because they're young and they've dominated. Like, you look at our best players this year, it's been Garnacho. Manu, when he came into the side, was unbelievable. Diallo plays 3 games, dominates in the 3 games that he plays. He came back from an injury. And Hoyland, obviously, centre forward, it takes a lot more time to build a centre forward. And he showed glimpses at times this season. You know, he's still young. He's playing in the Premier League. It's the hardest league on the planet. So, all right. The rest of the team, they blow it up. Whatever happens, happens. Mate, Mbappe is going to say he's going to come play for United next year. That's how we're going to rebuild. Ratcliffe just to him and said he's $1 billion, mate.
Who does Mbappe think he is not stopping for Martin Brundle on the F1 talk, mate? He just did you see that? That was pretty funny. You just brushed him off. Just, hey, I'm the boss here. I'm the boss.
I don't know how many times I have to say this, and I know none of these people are going to listen to our show. They're like, who the fuck are these 2 clowns? But like, you're in his domain. Like, and not for anything, the people that organize the events and stuff, they should say to these celebrities, oh, you know, when you go on the track, there is a very high chance that this guy Martin is going to interview you from Sky Sports, Sky F1. Like, there's a high chance. He does the grid walk, and he's going to come because you're a celebrity, you're well known, especially Kylian Mbappe. Like, geez. But it's also their security guards. Like, they step in and goes, he doesn't want to talk to you. Who's that coming from? Is that coming from Killian's mouth or yours, you clown? Like, shut up. Like, he doesn't want to talk to him. And Killian does talk to him.
Yeah,
anyway, who else did it to him? Serena Williams did it to him, didn't she?
Oh, there's been a few, mate. All I'm saying, when Martin's doing his grid walk, you have to be open to having a chat, mate.
You got to be involved in it, mate.
You got to be involved. You're in his domain. You're in his space. Yeah. So don't forget that. Anyway, Tom, back onto the point. Ten Hag staying, and that's that. He's won you 2 trophies.
He probably will, Sauce. Like, if he stays, he stays. It is what it is. Like, we're still shit. The other thing too, and a good friend of ours, a good friend of ours, listening to the show, Ben, who during COVID he was on a lot of our live streams and stuff, and he jumped in, Man United fan. He made a very, very valid point to me, Sauce. And he said that Ten Hag has copped a lot of flack, and the football clubs should have copped more flack than obviously Ten Hag has. Like, and he is a bit of a scapegoat behind it, because the whole fact of, he said when Mourinho was there, he wanted personnel change, and he said there's still players from the Mourinho era in that team playing for Ten Hag now that Mourinho said, I don't want them. You know what I mean? So he's inherited poo initially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ragnick got his leftovers, and then Solskjaer got him from Mourinho. Then Ragnick got it from Solskjaer, and now Ten Hag's got it from Ragnick. And he's like, well, they haven't made any personnel changes, whether it be coaching staff, players. What do you expect? Well, they brought in 2 guys, 3 guys, Ten Hag guys. Anthony happened to be the biggest flop of all time. Casemiro was good last season. He struggled this season. And then he brought in Martinez, who's a gun, but he just keeps getting injured. And then the 4th one he brought in was Malakia, who's disappeared. I don't know where he's gone. So, I don't know. Anyway, he's probably staying, Sauce. It is what it is. We'll make the same bet again next year, and then it'll come to week 38 or week 37, and I'll have to lose the bet again, and I'll buy you another top and Manny another top. So, it is what it is. Gives me an excuse to buy.
But, I mean, you got to be, at the end of the day, happy with the.
Oh yeah, bloody oath! You win trophies, you can't complain. Let's get to the chat quickly. Glory, Man United. $8.50 to pay for the win, said Adam. There you go. Went to pull $50, fell asleep before putting the bet on. We are well. Hello, Global. So Martin is the GOAT. Yeah, Serena. Snubbed him at Vegas. And then the two legends, Global and Adam, are having a nice chat with each other. That was one of the agenda items, Source. It was the FA Cup. It's good we ticked that one off nice and early. The next one is... I'm keen to talk about this because I think you have to make a stand on and make a statement really on a lot of stuff that you've said on this show for 2024, I think, from the start of the year. So first and foremost, the Celtics are up 3-1. That series is finished, and I'm not even getting into it. I said to
3-1. They won 4-0. That's it. They closed it out. 4-0. Done.
Did Indiana win a game?
No, they didn't win a game.
I thought they stole a
Shutout.
game.
Sweep.
Oh, to shut out.
I
Well, there
called
you
a
go.
gentleman's sweep. You called the sweep. So there you go. Well done, Doma.
Well, there you go. Well, we don't even have to talk about it. They're in the finals again.
Well, what's there to talk about when it's 4-0? Yeah, like,
They played the bye.
Look,
They had the bye run. They were literally put out.
I watched the games. Pacers fought valiantly in their last two matches at home. Boston, when they needed to, they turned on the defense and were able to then get those stops and close it out in the fourth quarter. Credit to them. They're in the finals. I think they have a tremendous break. 9-day break or something like that there is before the final. So they've, should be nice and rested, ready to go. It was Boston's to lose that East. Let's just put it that way. It was Boston's to lose. If they didn't make the finals, we would have been very, very surprised, especially, when we thought the only team that could potentially maybe stop them were the Bucks, but then Giannis got injured at the start of the playoffs. There goes that hope out the window. So it was Boston's to lose. So, they had to get the job done. They did get the job done. And, obviously we'll see them in the finals against Luka the Don and the Mavericks because they're up 3-0. They could be going to 4-0 and shut it out on 4. But we'll see. We'll have to see. I expect Minnesota to be able to get this next game. But if they do shut it out in 4, that's pretty dominant. I mean, the way they've been able to shut down and play tremendous defense on this Minnesota side, and obviously not allow Minnesota's defense to get to them. And then you've had phenomenal play from obviously Luka the Don. And then the second guy, Kyrie, has stepped up and actually been a second guy, Dom, and giving you the production that you need out of your second superstar. Where on the flip side, although I'm not going to give a pass to Anthony Edwards, he could have been better. And there are parts of his game which he needs to improve. And this setback, I feel like for Anthony Edwards is going to elevate his game to the next level. So he's got to go back to the drawing board. He's got to get better at certain things. And Karl Anthony Towns, once again, has proven that you're not going to win anything with him, right? We called it ages ago when Minnesota was sitting on top and we're just like, Karl Anthony Towns, with him, you're not going to win.
I went and had a look, sources. It was about 24 games in when they're on top.
Right.
And everyone was raving, and we said that.
And we had that little, over the last sort of, the way we've seen them play in the Sun series and then that Nugget series, we had a little bit of a flip and go, well, maybe they do have something here. He's giving what you need as the second guy. And in this series, he hasn't. He hasn't been able to keep that same consistency. And Ant-Man, he could have been better in certain aspects, but I feel like he's doing a lot more and being asked to do a lot more than what Karl Anthony Towns is. And, Towns isn't stepping up in the manner that you need him to. So, yeah, it's just Timberwolves not good enough for, Luka the Don and Kyrie. And Kyrie's been phenomenal. I think he's put up 30-plus in 2 of the games. I think 20 in the other one. You know what you're going to get from Luka. And the others, have stepped up for Dallas.
Gafford.
Gafford, Lively, stepped up.
Washington.
PJ Washington, they've been, very good. Let's be honest, the second guy for Minnesota at the moment is Naz Reid. Yeah,
you're not winning if Naz Reid's your second option. You can't win. Sorry.
So
the other thing too that we briefly spoke about is the fact that Lively went out with the knee to the back of the head early in that game 3, and Gobert and Cat should have had everything their own way on the court, and they did nothing. That was like the golden opportunity right there. The golden goose presented itself, and they actually laid an egg.
Dom, this is the problem with Rudy Gobert. Yes, he can have the mismatch when he's got the mismatch in terms of, when they do that pick and roll, and then he can get him on the low post. But yeah, he gets a mismatch on Luka, but yet he can't even back down Luka Doncic and then, be able to hit a little floater or get to the ring. I mean, as soon as he puts the ball on the court, he can't even dribble. He's awkward. There's a good chance he turns it over. So he's literally only there for, little passes that he can dunk or lobs or, little finishes, layups where, they draw the second defender and give it to him and he just, lays it up. But outside of that, I mean, he's absolutely horrendous. I mean, he doesn't even have a little floater, much of a little floater in his game or anything. And he's useless when you put him on the block. And then, same with Naz Reid, he's not really good. It's interesting having these big guys, but when you get that big guy mismatch with the smaller guy, you can't take advantage of it. So yeah, look, credit's got to go to obviously Dallas. They've played really good in this series, and I feel like it will firm for a great series against Boston, and I feel like Mavs could probably get the job done. Although I think it's the toss of the coin in that. Boston have that experience, right? But then you've got a guy like Kyrie who's been there. He's closed it in some of the biggest games on the biggest stage. So, and I'm sure Luka the Don's not afraid of that moment. So,
I think Luka has to win it, doesn't he?
It'd be good to say Luka win it. Like,
I think he has to win it. I really do.
I find it funny that he's going to win it. He's going to win he could win a title before he even wins an MVP, even with all the great seasons he's had already.
You know what the funny thing is? Someone made a good point on that. I think it was Perk. I actually think it was Perk. Kendrick Perkins. He actually made a good point. He goes, we know no different from Luka the Don. He came into the league at 20 how old was he? 21.
Yeah, 20 or 21.
2021, and his production is literally been the same. Like, he's been consistent the whole time, put up numbers, and then now it's triple doubles and high numbers, and he's efficient, and he's winning games, and we don't know him any different. So your expectation of him is like, it's funny. It's like you expect him to do more, but what he's doing is actually like Hall of Fame level. His numbers. Like if that goes on for his whole career, that's Hall of Fame worthy, even if he doesn't win a chip. But it's because, yeah, you expect more from him. It's interesting. Really, really interesting. So anyway.
I'm with you. It becomes a regularity what you're seeing, but then you don't realize when he's, all of a sudden he's going to be 7-8 years into his career, and he's going to have been doing it nearly from day dot.
2018 was his rookie year.
Right? So here we are, 6 years into his career. All of a sudden it's going to be 10 years into his career. And
he did come in at 18 because he's 25.
Yeah, 2018. Right. And he really started to pop off in 2019.
Adam says, my liking for Luka has gone down a bit now, thanks to Chandler Parsons. That man is smoking too much gear. He said that Luka is better than Larry Bird. Oh, no. Probably not.
Not yet.
But
could
not yet. That's exactly right. Not yet. Do you think Wolves will let Cat go this time round? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Hello, Vinny. Well done on 200 the other week. Thank you.
Thanks,
much appreciated, mate. But it's firming up to be awesome. To be honest, I actually want the sweep to happen in this Dallas series because I don't want Luka playing one extra game that he has to on that knee. I'd rather him sweep it, close it out, get some rest
it up,
start the finals, beat the Celtics, win the chip, and then Saucy's forever wrong on that 25 under 25 list. It's over. It's actually over. It's finished if that's the case. So, but I know exactly what you're doing. What's the date? Give us the date.
29th of February
next year.
2025.
Yeah.
We'll redo the list.
Yeah, I know. Because Luke will be 26.
Yeah, and then so Ant-Man will
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Up until that point, you're going to be wrong. And the season would have already started too.
But Doma, at the end of the day, what have we learned from Michael Jordan. It does not matter if you lose and it's not in the finals.
As
'Cause
long
no
as you
one
lose in the
remembers it.
conference finals.
As long as you lose in the conference finals or before that, it doesn't matter. It's
That's
irrelevant.
right. Yep, I agree. That's why Tatum will never be what everyone expects him to be, even if he wins a chip. He lost. He's lost in the finals. LeBron lost in the
The
finals.
Michael Jordan logic, yeah? That's
LeBron lost
which
in the
everyone
finals.
loves to go by, right?
LeBron lost in the finals. That's why he'll never be better. Same with Kobe. Lost in the finals. Never be better, man. That's the way it is. But if you lose in the Eastern Conference final source multiple years in a row, it doesn't matter. No one remembers that. And that's all that matters.
No.
Because as they say, it's better to lose in the Eastern Conference finals than to lose in the finals, when logic says you actually have a chance to win a title if you're playing in the finals. Anyway, I don't know. I understand how people's brains work, to be honest. So anyway, let's move on. AFL source. We had a big week because we had the Dogs losing to the Swans by 14. Cracker game by Chad Warner. I think kicked 4 in this game. Put on an absolute clinic. I tuned in for this one. It was a ripper. The Friday night game was just as good. We had a draw, and of course, source controversy. If anyone missed it, free kick was paid. Ball up was played. It was a ball up, and Lockie Sullivan. I think it's Lockie Sullivan. That's his name. He handed the ball back to Nick Dacos instead of the umpire, so they gave a free kick against the Pies inside 50, and the Dockers kicked a very, very critical goal late in the game. So apart from that, this was the Pies game to lose, to be honest. Up by three goals with 3 minutes left, and they stuffed it. So
yeah, they put the cue in the rack, as you say, a bit early. I feel did the Pies, but mate, what a decision by that umpire. I mean, every fan should be up in arms about it, because it's funny, you don't get away with anything these days with social media, right? And then, that happened on Friday night. And then I seen clips over the weekend, people putting together TikToks, Reels on Instagram of the exact same thing in other games and no free kick getting paid. Multiple games over the weekend.
really,
The exact same thing. Yes. Right? So
I love it.
the inconsistency. Now, I'm not saying, whether it was or isn't a free kick, who cares? I mean, in my opinion, the umpire needs to have some sense of where the game is at. I mean, you shouldn't be calling that in that moment, I feel. But the fact is that it wasn't called in other games is where are we, right? Where are we on this?
It'd be interesting to know what parts of the ground in the other games that these things actually happened. Because they were coming back, Fremantle, and it got paid inside their 50.
Oh, it was right in front. Goal.
Like, it got given in. It was practically the umpire said, "Listen, we want it to be within a goal, so here's an opportunity to make it within a goal." That's practically what they did with that free kick. It's ridiculous. Adam says the umpires left Freo back into that one, picking on a youngster like that. Pack of wankers. We should be playing in the big freeze. We're frozen shit. Don't worry, I'll still keep paying a membership each year. Vinny's a North Melbourne supporter because, as he says, 200 is also the number of losses that our Roo boys will see before a win.
No light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, it's dark, dark days.
It's okay. Don't worry. Who do we lose to? We lost to Port Adelaide by 59 points in Tasmania, where we should have relocated, against a bunch of flat track bullies. Like, who really cares? The season's over. Don't worry about North Melbourne. Next one up, the Blues came out, win by 29 points against the Suns. I didn't catch any of this, but apparently the Blues played absolutely amazing football. Their pressure game was back to all-time elite status. That's what I was told. Then the Cats lose to the Giants by 4 points. The Giants have beaten the Cats 4 times in a row at GMHBA Stadium, source. 4 times in a row. And they get the job done again. And then, of course, Saturday night, Dreamtime at the G. Your Bombers get the job done by 12 points. don't look into this too much, Essendon fans, because Richmond always turns up for this game. It's
and
one
they
of
did turn up, and Dusty was
it's
on.
one.
He was playing
Yeah.
some of the Dusty
Well,
that
that's
we know.
because
I mean,
that's
he was
because
playing.
everyone bagged him during the week.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen? Of course, it's going to happen. I mean, they were never going to, after that dismal performance they gave the week before, they're always going to come out with a bit of edge, and that's the way these sort of things work after they've copped in criticism, a truckload through the week by the media. So, yeah, look, got the job done, Essendon, but, we escaped with one, Doma, because if you actually go have a look at the statistics, we got dominated in the clearances and the contested ball, which, by all metrics, if you get dominated in those two facets of the game, you most of the time you actually lose the game. That's
if Richmond didn't have 18 injuries to their list, you would have lost that game.
Yeah. So let me just say we escaped with one. I think we'll go up against this week against Gold Coast and we'll probably lose. We drew a loss and Gold Coast are off a loss. So
well, you got the hardest run home now, so that's it.
Yeah, we do.
That's it. So you could easily go from second or first, wherever the hell you are on the ladder, to outside the 8 very quickly. The wheels can fall off how hard your draw is. The next game, we had the Hawks.
Firmly shut.
The Hawks beat the Lions by 25 points at Marvel. Their season's done, Brisbane. It's over. Our predictions of them in a grand final, they're not even going to make finals. So they're cooked. Put a fork in them. I tipped the Hawks, so I'm up and about. But I also tipped West Coast, who lost by 99 points to Adelaide. So
just on that front there, how bad is their home form to away form? It's
it's terrible. I know I'm not tipping them away from home anymore. At home, I'll tip them.
99 points.
They got slapped. And then the last game there, the D's beat the Saints by 38 points. No surprises, to be honest. The Saints absolutely stink. Sorry. Vinny says, how bad is it coming to Melbourne in a few weeks' time to take my boys to the MCG and Marvel for the first time? And I picked non-ruse games. That's the best. Dusty's going to
be a bit more entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Dusty's going to retire at the end of the season, then go away for a bit, and then do the dimmer and come back and sign with the Suns. Yeah, probably will.
I'm telling you, what I've seen on Saturday
night,
he's still got some games in him. And you know what? Get
him
up there. Put him forward. You're playing very minimal. You're playing like the Jakey Stringer role, that we play. Predominantly forward, goes into maybe, 5 center bounces, 6 center bounces a game. That's it. Just does the center bounce and then pushes forward.
100%.
That's what you do.
He's literally the same case study as Fife. Just Fife failed when Freo wanted to play him full-time forward. Dusty, you can actually play him full-time forward. Because he in a one-on-one contest, he's just going to win it. He's a machine.
Yeah, but he can actually kick the goal. Fife is horrendous kicking for goal.
Correct. Vinny says, North play Gold Coast at Marvel, but I'm worried the boys will leave the game non-ruse supporters. They're not going for the Suns. They reckon he's going to go to the Suns, sit a full forward, help the young lads up there and build the list basically by the face of footy in Queensland. Yeah, well, it makes sense. Just pay him friggin' whatever you want. Let's get to this week's games. Thursday night football. Again, Source. We have the Port Adelaide Power versus the Blues.
Last one before they switch them off the Thursday night.
I know. Yeah, which is shit. Port v Carlton.
Collingwood v Carlton. Is that what it is?
No, Port v Carlton.
Oh, at Port Adelaide home. Oh, big game. Game.
Port Adelaide put the prison bars on. Then, it'll be Collingwood versus Carlton. So,
jeez, what would he say? I mean, this is the type of game, Port Adelaide, you need to go out there and win, right? Yeah, the Blues are back on the winners list last week.
It's a tough one. Rosie back last week. Got a nice easy way back into the fixtures against North. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, this is a toss of the coin. I'm just gonna go with Port Adelaide because it's at home, but that's with no confidence. I think the Blues could get the job
I'll
done
tip
as
the
well.
Blues. I'll just tip the Blues. Friday, we have the Pies versus the Dogs.
I'll go with the Pies.
I'm
They got a lot
also
of injuries still. Or they got any back?
I'm not sure. Teams will come out tomorrow
Okay.
for that, I think. Hawks v Adelaide at the G. I know who I'm tipping. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I feel like it would be Hawks because Adelaide have struggled a bit away.
Adelaide
from
are $1.64 at the
home. I know
G.
they're favourites. I know. I've seen that.
What?
Hawthorn playing a bit. There's some decent footy, bit of confidence.
Rosie ankle injury says global, so he's not playing. Oh, who cares?
Okay.
Port stink. They're no good. I'm still going with the
I
Bull.
think Carlton can win. I don't underestimate Carlton. I mean,
Yeah.
Don's got absolutely slapped there. Sorry, I got by Port Adelaide, but I think Carlton will be a lot better than that.
I'm tipping the Hawks in this Adelaide game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go Hawthorn.
West Coast. Oh, I can't wait to pick West Coast in this. West Coast versus St Kilda at Optus.
West Coast. That's a moral of the round, mate. West Coast will win that.
I'm tipping them.
They'll get back up from last week's shellacking.
Cats v Richmond, GMHBA. Surely they bounce back.
Yeah. Cats.
Sunday we have Melbourne versus Fremantle.
Melbourne.
I'm also going Melbourne. And then the last game of the round, Gold Coast versus Essendon.
Gold Coast.
I'm going Gold Coast as well. And the buys, deservingly, of course, North Melbourne, Brisbane, so they can go back on another Vegas trip this week, Sydney, and GWS. The wheels have actually fallen off of the Brisbane.
Since that story broke, the wheels have fallen off. They had a couple of wins, but that game on the weekend, you expect them to be able to take care of a team like Hawthorn.
The ladder as it stands, Swans first, Dons are second on 34 points, third Port Adelaide on 32, then fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, all on 28 points, and those teams are Melbourne, GWS, Geelong, Collingwood, and Carlton. 2 points out of the 8, Fremantle, who mathematically can still finish bottom 4, where we said they would finish. Gold Coast in 10th, Dogs in 11th, Crows, Lions on 18 points. The Hawks will go up into 11th spot source at the end of this round when they win. That's unbelievable. The Saints will go into 16th spot, and then West Coast will be in 15th, and then Richmond and North round out the bottom. Unbelievable. What's our percentage? 55.9. That's a disgrace. That's so bad. That's a disgrace. I don't know what else. I haven't checked I have been doing our Supercoach team, ladies and gents. I have. We're ranked 53,279, which is shit. So I can bring it up.
Yeah.
We can have
My boy Noah Anderson did do too good last week.
He stunk it up. He scored 55.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Well, we won. It says that we won both of our games in our league, whatever the hell it was. We should actually check where we stand in that. All right, here's the team. Who wants to come up? So Dacos, Houston, Sheasel, Dale. I'll put Bailey Dale in, ladies and gents. I'll put Whitfield in. I know we haven't done it in a while. Closey's still in the team. Sarong, Butters, Bontempelli, Walsh, Anderson, Oliver, Fife, Gorn and Grundy, Heaney, Flanders, Jackson, Tom Powell, Harley Reid, Sam Darcy. It's not a bad team. Let us know if you think we should add anyone else. Let's go to the leagues quickly, see if this works. Hello, James. Good evening. Community team.
Evening, James.
4th, mate. Sauce.
4th. Here we go. Community team's doing all right in the league.
4th.
We'll take it. Sorry, I've
got to open it. We've got to see who's on top. Danny on top. Don't argue. The Oracle in 2nd. Julio. Farmer wants a fife. I like that name. That's a good name. That's a good
I
name.
like it.
Their community team. Close the Dawson. Luke in 5th. Righto. Steve. Gronks in 7th. Shake and Bake. Oh, where's my... I'm 17th, Sauce.
You're getting
I'm,
absolute. The community team is beating your personal team. Ha!
what the... And my personal team has scored more points than the community team.
You've just been getting absolutely romped when you comes up against your opponent. They're having a good week against you.
I am one game
When do you
behind...
versus the community team?
I don't know. I might have already played them. I am one game away from being in, like, if Cornholios and the Mighty Ducks win a game and I keep losing, I could get a bag of lemons. What the
bag
hell?
of lemons is on Vadoma for finishing last in the league.
Oh, I play Yaren as well this week. Last. If he beats me, I could be down there in the bottom 2.
Oh, this is going to be great. It's going to be a great lead up
jeez.
to the end of the season.
Unbelievable. This is a disgrace.
Everyone, get your teams, make your trades. We want Dom to finish on the bottom so I can hand deliver him a bag of lemons and I'll film it live for YouTube.
That is actually ridiculous. Global says Salem a decent option for this week. Yeah. I had him before he got injured. I think we in both teams. All good. All right, let's move on. Let's get to some F1. It was Monaco. Charles Leclerc gets his first win at Monaco, Sauce, which was fantastic. Great to see the Ferrari get the win. Piastri, the Aussie, in 2nd. Fantastic. Ferrari 3rd with Carlos Sainz. Norris in 4th. So it's just a Ferrari and McLaren affair here. George Russell in 5th. And then Max Verstappen. And I'll tell you what, Sauce, I think it's time we start watching it again. That's all I'm saying. Because Leclerc's only 28 points behind
looks as
Verstappen.
though the McLarens and that have found some pace and the Ferraris, and they're making it interesting. I mean, if you hear Max speak, he feels like they're struggling a bit in their car and their setup, and they're lacking some speed with it. So, yeah, I mean, it could, so banking those wins early could be the difference of obviously Max winning the championship, because he's banked quite a few wins early, and he's got a bit of a lead. And we'll see how it plans out. I mean, we know Monaco's that type of course that, how they qualify is how they finish, because it's very hard to overtake.
It's very boring, apparently. A lot of people not happy about it. So
yeah, well, that's the track, mate. And they only keep it there for the historics of the track. So really, I feel like, I don't know. They need to invent something a bit better there for some more points. They need to do something like a time trial, like, the qualifying or the time trial or something creates another level of sort of points. Yeah, like they got the sprint race, but you can't really do a sprint race because once again, you get no overtaking. So, do you need to come up with something innovative to make that race a bit more interesting? Because we know it's a dull race, has been for years. And that's just the way it is. So yeah, look, obviously, congrats to Leclerc. He's wanted to win that one for so long. He was pumped. I'm not sure if you've seen the.
I did. I was actually very happy. As you know, I'm a Ferrari fan, so I want them to win. As much as I like Max Verstappen winning every race because I like seeing greatness. First and foremost, I'm a Ferrari fan. So if Carlos Sainz and Leclerc can win every race, I'll be bloody happy. And if they're not winning, I prefer Piastri to win because he's the Aussie. Like, they're talking about, mandatory pit stops. Global said it here. Yeah, need to make 3 pit stops mandatory. Mate, we're not bringing that stuff into the sport. You might as well just can the track if that's going to be the case. Sorry, but let's be honest. The standings, Verstappen 169, Leclerc 138. So he's 31 points ahead. Lando Norris 113 in 3rd. So he's not too far behind. Carlos Sainz in 4th. Perez in 5th. Piastri in 6th. Russell in 7th, Hamilton in 8th, Fernando Alonso in 9th, and Yuki Tsunoda in 10th. Now, the interesting thing, Sauce, I'm not sure if you saw the start of the race. Like, I watched, I think, 20 laps Don't jump down my throat, ladies and gentlemen, because I was ready. I primed myself. I sat down on my couch and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the full race. Be bored shitless because it's Monaco. Because we said on the show it's boring as batshit last week. If anyone remembers, we did say it was boring. So I did sit there and I was ready to go. And then lap 1, red flag, because Perez. I don't know if you saw the crash source. The only thing that was left of Perez's car was actually the driver's shell.
Oh,
There
wow,
was
that bad.
there was nothing left of the car. Nothing. Like if they don't have that, God bless the technicians that created that stuff, like the technology. Because he's any other old school car, he'd be dead, mate. You hit the wall, hit the other wall, he just spun, hit the wall, all the wheels came off, and it was just a shell. And he got out of the car and he walked away. Thank God. Like, so the debris, by the time that happens, I'm ready to go. 45 minutes later, they start up the race again. And I've gone, mate, I'm falling asleep here, mate. I deliberately timed my son's feed so he could watch the race, have that time and feeding him, crash. I said, mate, go to sleep. Dad's coming to bed with you. I'm not waiting for this shit to be put asleep by what is the boring track of Monaco. But what can you do? You can't. Sometimes you just can't. You can't plan things the way you want it to be planned, mate. Because Le Mans crash and they get red flags, and it is what it is. Global says, "I love it how you have to follow Lewis next season."
You have to be a
what goes around comes around. And I tell you what, the F1 gods have bit me right in the ass. I'll tell you that much. They've come and gone bang. Said, cop that, Dom. You've talked enough shit. Like I said, I don't need I'll go for Charles Leclerc, but I did make it very, very clear to all of you on the show that if he wins the title next year, he's the greatest driver of all time. Hands down. Whether I like it or not, don't care. You win in a Ferrari, it's different to winning in any other car. You can win, mate. If he won, for example, 5 titles in a row at Ferrari source, and he had 6 titles, I'd classify him right now as the best ever. Not even beating Schumacher's thing. It's one of those things like winning in a Ferrari is so different. So different. It means so much more in the sport than winning in a Mercedes. No one gives a shit. It's like, whatever.
Status.
Yeah, he dominated. He won by 50. He was winning races by 54 seconds. 54 seconds. And people bagged Verstappen because you started watching Drive to Survive when they were covering Max Verstappen when he was winning. He was winning by 54 seconds. Sauce and I was sitting there going, this is the most boring shit ever. How boring was it? Go watch some of those old Off the Grid episodes. Mate, we started bringing up F1 cards. That's how bored we were. Like,
And everything else.
Everything else. We talked about everything. We talked about football. I don't know, Playboy. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. Like
ramblings, mate. It was just
rambling.
It was that boring to watch the races. I mean,
it was so shit. Honestly, the best part about it was just a catch up. Every race, we just caught up with the chat. Obviously, during COVID, we just spoke about how everyone was going. Shoot the shit. We had random guy. We had that random person jump in once that was just streaming, and he just came in, and we just
stuff. Yeah,
all types of things. We've just done a lot of dumb stuff, but it was a lot of fun. But those races were terrible.
Boring.
That's if F1. Boring. Next race is Canada.
Yeah,
we'll cover it next week.
It looks as though the season is firming up to be a bit more of a challenging one for Max, based off what we've seen in the last sort of few races. So, which is good. It's good. Makes it more exciting.
100%. All right, over to you, Saucy, for UFC.
Yes, Thomas. So UFC over the weekend, there was not a card on, so we will just preview this upcoming week's card, which is UFC 302, Makhachev versus Poirier. The headline, I will share my screen so we can have a look at the...
this is going to be a ripper.
The imaging. There we go. There it is. Bang.
Bang.
Right, scroll down. You got Makhachev versus Poirier. Co-main event, you got Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Then you got Kevin Holland.
ignorant question. Is Sean Strickland still the champ?
No, he lost it. He lost it
Who did
to
Luke?
Pereira.
To Pereira. That's right.
Yeah. Kevin Holland against Mikael. Go, give that one a crack, Doma.
Mikhail Alexuzhuk.
There you go. See, there's a bit of taste of my medicine, what I cop every week.
Alexuzhuk.
Yelton Almeida against Alexander Romanov. That will be a cracker in the heavyweight division. And then you got Randy Brown against Elu Zeski dos Santos in the welterweight division. The prelims kick off from 10 a.m. Let's have a look. You got Roman Kopolov against Cesar Almeida. Grant Dawson against Joe Solicki. Phil Rowe against Jake Matthews, the Aussie. Get around him, Jake Matthews, the Aussie. Nico Price against Alex Moreno. And then the early prelims kick off from 8:15 in the morning. So main card kicks off from 12 p.m. UFC 302. Tune in this weekend. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Doma, yes?
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember that Strickland Pereira fight. What happened in that fight? Like, what was the monumental moment? Did he knock him out? It went to decision.
Oh, I think he finished him.
I don't remember that fight. Why don't I remember that?
No, he lost to Duplessis. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that makes sense.
With decision, he lost to Duplessis. He beat Adesanya.
Yes. Now I remember. Yes.
Lost to Duplessis.
Yes, because we said he'd become champ.
Correct.
That's right.
So we'll see what happens now in that division where that leads to.
Well, it's funny because they're fighting as a number one. This is a number one contenders fight.
Yeah, well, it's 1 versus 7.
But it is. It is Sauce. Wouldn't you, like, if it wasn't, why wouldn't Strickland just go straight away and fight Duplessis? Like, why would he have to go through Costa first? It makes no sense.
They don't really just give a rematch just like that, right? So it's not how the UFC does things. It's not like boxing.
But if they don't give the rematch straight away, who's Duplessis fighting next? They usually go, if they don't do the rematch, they give him someone else, and then the winner of that fight will then fight him again.
Here we go. He's got Strickland. He's got Adesanya. I think Adesanya might be getting a crack.
Well, he started training again, Adesanya. I've seen some clips. So maybe that's what they're
potentially.
I do reckon they're going to do an Africa card. I got a big feeling that they'll do one.
Big Robbie Whittaker's got a big fight coming up. So I think maybe he's got a big fight coming up. I can't remember who it's against, but soon. So we'll look out for that. But nonetheless, I'll go back, give the predictions. I think Makhachev wins. In this one, I think Strickland wins. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland over Mikael Ozijiku. We're going to go with Alexander. We'll go with Yelton Almeida. We'll go with the favorite. If that's going to end in a knockout. Someone's getting knocked out in that heavyweight fight. I'll just tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Brown against Elizu Zeski dos Santos. I wouldn't have a clue that again in that one. We've got Cesar Almeida against Roman Kopolov. I'm going to go with Kopolov. Grant Dawson against Joe Szoslecki. I'll go with Dawson and go with the Aussie Jake Matthews over Phil Rowe. And then in the last prelim fight, Nico Price over Alex Moreno. I'll go with Alex Moreno. It should be an absolute cracker. Tune in this weekend, ladies and gents. Big UFC card.
Islam wins by submission, reckons Global.
I think this is going to be a good fight. I don't think it's going to be as I think they've got Islam at $1.18 favorite. It's just like he's tremendously short.
What's going with these bookies at the moment? These bookies are going gangbusters with these odds.
I don't see how he's that short of a favorite. I think it's $1.18. I stand to be corrected.
He's people in honestly, the chat, Poirier has actually taken his fight game to another level since all that McGregor stuff. Like he's putting together some really, really good fights, and he was on the way out. I don't know if anyone knows that. He was ready to give it up. If he lost to McGregor twice, he said he was just going to give it up. He was just going to walk away from the sport. But he found a new appreciation and drive after he beat him twice. And he got that self-belief back that he can do it again. And he's had some absolute
which is
ripping
what you
fights.
need. Which is what you need. I
Yeah.
mean, we look forward to this one. It's going to firm up to be a cracker. We know, what Makachev, can do on the ground, but just don't count Poirier out. He's good on the ground too. So, and then on the feet, I feel like Poirier might have the advantage, and I don't know. I feel like Makachev may not have felt, some hands like Poirier can throw. Yeah, they don't call him the diamond for no reason. Yeah, because he's got diamond hands, and they hurt when he connects. So I just don't. I look at those odds, Doma, and I just go, I can't sit here and say that Makachev is $1.20 favorite. Like, I just can't. From based on what I've seen from Poirier in the past. So this is definitely one of Makachev's hardest fights. Yeah,
I agree.
because Poirier is a true, what are they? Welterweight, I think. Lightweight. Poirier is a true lightweight. So this should be a cracker, an absolute cracker.
Oh, I agree with you. Hello, Matty Tabe. Dallas baby, let's go. He says it's all over it. So, it's going to be a ripping pay-per-view. Tune in. It's a nice card. So see how it all pans out. That's when Source again? Sunday, you said.
Sunday, yep. This Sunday from 12 p.m. the main card, and I think the prelim card from 10 a.m.
Am I doing anything Sunday? Might get onto the VIP league and tune in, I think.
There you go. The realms of the internet. I'm not sure if you've seen Doma. There was a video of I think LeBron was at some game, watching some game, college game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a college game
okay.
or whatever, right?
No.
Wherever he was, and his mate next to him with an iPad, and they brought up Stream East, which I'm not sure if you know what Stream East is, and they were clicking on things, and then they were opening up to another basketball game that they were watching through that. So even LBJ is using it. You know what I mean? These services out there, right?
That's the best.
So, yeah.
That's the best. And speaking of videos on the realms of the internet, just a quick one. I don't know if you saw the party at Black Forge Brewery, the Irish pub owned by Conor McGregor. I'll tell you what, he was having the time of his life at the party at his pub over the weekend. Just say he's in red hot training form. So, yeah, he's ready to go.
Prime condition for this fight, mate.
He could get absolutely lit up, I reckon. It's hilarious. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. All right, Sauce, let's jump into hobby talk. There isn't too much. There's a couple products here that I'll run through very quickly. We got Impeccable Premier League. Here it is. Number-driven autos. Don't have any parallels. Club history autos. So here we got Purvis, Stupinian, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Other SIGs include Hall of Fame, Impeccable Triple Autos, and Extravagance Material Autos. Checklist isn't out for this yet, so we definitely will check it out when it drops. He's a Haaland patch auto, jersey auto. Metal comes through in a couple of forms. The first where the bar is set. Sets like Premier League logo have pieces of silver or gold. Make sure they don't fall out. If you buy the product, stainless stars goes all metal printed on shiny stock. That is definitely not cardboard. His He Chen Huang. Standard base set also exists. His Cody Gapco. Cards per pack 8, packs per box 1, boxes per case 3. Set size is TBA. The release date is August 30. 2024. What to expect? 4 autos, additional autos or mem cards, 1 inserts, 1 parallels, 1 base cards, 1. So there you go. That's coming out in August. So a bit of a preview there. The next one, Source. What a product this is. I never thought I'd be reviewing this. We have 2024 Leaf Metal Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Here it is. Hobby boxes have 10 cards, all of which are numbered to 50 or less. Individual auto cards top out at 35 copies for individual autos. Here's Tyra Black, Hurricane Tyra Black. I would not have a clue who any of these athletes are. The main set has 46 cards covering the biggest names in pickleball. They may not be household names, but the sport does have its fans. Over the past few years, it has also been one of the fastest growing. Each card has 7 different versions for each background pattern: Prismatic, Mojo, Lava, and Pulsar. Super Prismatic, Gold, and Red Flood 101s are also available. Here's a Red Flood, I'm assuming, making a full rainbow of 30 cards. Base signatures include nearly 50 different signers as well as 30 different parallels. And the 2024 Leaf Metal Pickle checklist has lots of additional auto themes, including Shake and Bake, Big Dink Energy, King of Swing, and Queens of the Court. Here is a Shake and Bake of Anna Bright. Paddle Masters and Pickled deliver memorable designs, further complemented by die-cut shapes. Global, that is the best. What the fuck is pickleball?
Look it up, mate. It's the only. It's the
I am not bringing that up, Matt. That comment is not coming up. That is not coming up. No idea about pickleball, but I'd rather have that than a Wemby prison-based rookie.
That's a great call. That's a great call.
Here is Pickled. There's a big pickle on the card. There's pickles in the background. That's Ben Johns, the all-star pickle whatever it is, pickleball player. Luna Rarity, Metallic Imaginations, and Anime Nation autographs rank among the product's toughest cards, thanks to a few parallels or none at all. Here's Luna Rarity of Jesse Irvin. There you go. Multi-sigs inserts like dynamic tandems, perfect pairings, triple crown threat, trifecta, and quad squad bring together different personalities. Some of these, like Kevin Durant and Drew Brees, are connected to pickleball but have found fame elsewhere. Here we go. We got a Catherine Parental and Kevin Durant dual auto. Dynamic tandems. So 10 cards per pack, 1 pack per box, 10 boxes per case. Set size is 46. Release date May 24. It is out. Go buy it. What to expect? 5 autos and 5 base cards or parallels. We're going to go to the dual autos, clearly, the triple autos, because Anime Nations, base autos, no one cares about this. Big energy. We want duals and triples and quads. Center stage. I want to see who they're. Dynamic tandems. Here we go. Kevin Durant. Where's Drew Brees? Surely he's in here. No Drew Brees there. King of Swing. Luna Rarity. Metallic Imaginations. Paddle Masters Autos. No idea. Perfect Pairings. Here we go. No one. Naomi Osaka. The dual auto there. I don't know who anyone else is. Pickled autos. Quad squad. Here we go. Quad autos. Surely there's Kevin Durant signed one of these. Come on, Kevin. Tyson McGuffin. Who in the world is Tyson McGuffin? Tyson McGuffin.
We're doing some research into pickleball players, ladies and gentlemen.
Here he
we
is.
just thought we'd bring this
Here
up.
he
as
is.
a bit
Big
of
Tice. He's Big Tice.
they've really pumped it up. They've really pumped it up over there.
I like the names. Travis Rettenmeyer. Oh, don't worry, we're going to be looking up these guys. Travis Rettenmeyer. Oh, mate. He's old enough to be me dad. Travis? Oh, look at him. Doma gets a lemon for reading the whole checklist. Man, I'm trying to find the quad and triple autos. They said there's Drew Brees autos in here. I couldn't find anything. When's the axe throwing set coming out? Or frisbee golf? Hopefully soon. Pickleball is more legit than Beyonce being a country music singer. Yeah, I agree. That's fair. Let's have a look at one more. Tyson McGuffin. That's a good name. I like that. She's actually got her name as Hurricane Tyra Black. Like, is she giving herself a nickname in pickleball? Holy shit.
Her special move is the hurricane spin. The hurricane spin, mate.
How about here we go? Here we go. Look at this guy. Have a look at this guy. Federico Staxrud. Who's
Bring
this
him up.
guy? Oh, he's a young fella. Is he got a rookie? Can we play this?
Because they count on you, count on it. Australia's only 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. Mitsubishi 1010.
We don't give a shit
You can
about
count on it.
we don't care about copyright on this show.
Get into the good guys for the biggest screen bonus. Bonus $350 e-gift card on this Hisense
We're watching
TV.
pickleball.
Bonus $250 e-gift card on this LG
This
TV.
is
Bonus
Federico
$250
Staxrud
e-gift
versus
card on
Ben
this
Johns.
TCL TV. Biggest screen bonus only at the
And
Good
you're
Guys.
welcome,
muted,
good
bro.
guys.
I think so too.
Here we
Oh,
go.
you want to hear it?
Staxrud
Have a
has
listen.
his new coach Mike Wolf on his bench.
Look at that,
Phenomenal
underhand
middle
serve.
season game
This
on
is
the
entertaining.
wide for Fed Staxrud on the
Not
inside.
bad. Look at the crowd, bro.
One of his favorite plays after the serve is stepping to his left to run around.
Can
the
you bet on
backhand and crush
pickleball?
that
Is you can bet on
inside out
pickleball?
forward
Yeah,
position.
100%
Michelle
you'd be
just
able to.
missed by an inch this time.
Oh my god.
Another reason why this is such an intrigue.
I'll
It's
say
pretty
no.
popular over there in the States, mate.
Yeah, well, when you got like Tom Brady and all these other guys jumping on board, mate, it's a pump and dump. It's a sport pump and dump.
I love it. I love it.
Come on. Jeez. Anyway, that's all I've got from I'll Be Talk. If you've got anything, you want to rip something, you got something, I don't know. I've got a box of Footy Stars coming, by the way, ladies and gents. So Sauce and I can actually I've got something here. Someone went over, just got back, family member from Japan.
Oh, here
And
we
they
go.
they just brought one of these things back. They went to a Pokemon Center and saw it. So it's like a EX box thingamabob.
Matty
And you-
Cams, this is the new low.
We used to play this in my mate's backyard in high school. We called it paddle bats.
I think it's been around for years, mate. Because I remember back in the day, we used to play something with like a square.
We
bat
did.
at
We did,
school.
mate. It's
With-
just
with
some.
a tennis ball, like it's the same thing, man.
Anyway, it's all this thing's all base cards pretty much, and then you get the. Well, I've dropped the Dragonite. That's the one thing you don't want to drop. But anyway, then you get the Dragonite EX shiny in there, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much it cost.
Probably nothing, mate, because it's in every deck. So
Yeah, Japanese cards look a lot better, of course. Probably got
it's
first
just
edition.
it's a memento, mate. It's a memento.
It's a memento, 100%. I love it, and
That's what it is,
Dragonite's my
right?
favorite.
I mean, that's the type of stuff that I
Dragonite's-
would buy if I went to Japan. I'd just be
Yeah,
buying
I'd buy it.
if I went on a holiday there. So
One of the people that went there said they took a wrong turn. They were looking for something for my little boy. They took a wrong turn. They went up all these stairs. They went to like level 4 in this place. They opened the door. They walked in and they looked around and went, "What the hell?" The whole floor was just cards, like TCG, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" And there was like tables everywhere, and they said there was just heaps of people in there playing TCG, like Pokemon and One Piece. They was just like, "What?" It was like another world. They went up 4 stories and was like, "Where did this come from?" They just said the cards and the walls were just practically made of cards.
yeah, the
That's
setup
how
there is
much.
pretty crazy the way
Yeah.
they do it. Because also, some of their places they don't have much space, so they really jam things in there.
We used to play something with Beth, but it was usually in a dark room and we had to wear a mask. You're a freak. You're a freak. Get out of here. Anyway, that's how good the licensing is going with cards at the moment, because Panini's literally a blank canvas. They've got nothing. They're just going to be printing literally white blank cards and selling it, and people will still buy it. You got to create your own card. You draw on them. That's what Panini's going to come to. So
Yeah, it's it's
It's all-
interesting where we've talked about this many times where we go from here, Doma, because like boxers ain't getting any cheaper, ladies and gentlemen. They're not going to. They're probably going to keep rising. And then with the bringing of the new ownerships of all the licensing, what does that look like? How does that pan out? How does all that happen?
Matty
There you
cares.
go. Thank
Darts
you very
would
much, Manny.
actually
I'd
be
agree.
there.
I'm a big
Well,
advocate for darts,
Listen,
Dom. I'm a big advocate.
We
Hey,
we
could.
got to break the
we-
news. We got to break the news to the double coverage family.
Yes.
It is going to be covered on this show, I think.
Yes.
Source
Premier League
is
darts, obviously.
Source is addicted to it.
There's a lot. I could explain you, ladies and gentlemen, everything about darts and how it all works, and all the different tournaments around the world and where you want to be as a top player in the sport. But Doma, do you want to know what was the thing that gravitated me towards the sport of darts? Right. And this was one thing.
The beer drinking in the crowd.
No. It's not beer drinking. There is no umpires or referees.
Yeah,
got
your
the
favorite,
dart,
your
you got
favorite
the ball.
people on the planet.
Right? You got the dart, you got the ball. That's it, right? It's all about the skill of the player. It's not about no, referee on a Friday night deciding because you didn't hand the ball to me, you've cost us the game. Yeah, right? So there's none of that. It's just the skill of the player and the dart. Yeah, that's it. And I'm telling you, what also has gravitated towards me is obviously watching the absolute jet, Luke Littler, which if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, 17 years old, he just won Premier League darts for just a measly £250,000, yeah, or euros or whatever it is, whatever the things. Not bad for a 17-year-old, Doma. Beating veterans
It looks about
like
30.
Luke Humphries and Michael Van Gerwen. Come on, Doma.
Yeah, Michael Van Gerwen.
We have a mutual friend that at the age of freaking 13 looked like he was 21, yeah? Let's not forget that.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I've
Global
known him
says
for many years.
Yeah, Global says Van Gerwen, Lex Luthor.
Hey, look, Van Gerwen's you got to listen to him talk. He's got a funny voice. I like hearing him talk. He's like really like deep and it's funny sounding, but
it's coming to the
it's
show.
A good sport. It's a great sport. Sometimes it's on good times to watch, but obviously the Premier League darts is right on ridiculous hours of the morning. But, ladies and gentlemen, you get the best wrap up, 40 minutes highlights on YouTube the next day. So why would you even stay up at the crazy hours to watch it? Unless, like me, like a nut, I woke up to watch the final for half an hour and went back to sleep. But it's great. The wrap up they give you on YouTube for free is unbelievable.
Source, it could be on the show as soon as next week.
Yes. Because I think
APL's gone. APL's finished.
Yep.
There's no more soccer.
We need a new sport.
Until the Euros, but NBA finishes.
Yep.
After the finals.
Soon.
Arm wrestling is. We'll get into what's the slap fighting, whatever the hell it is.
Live it, love it, breathe it. All sports, double coverage. We're here to
I want to get
whatever we decide that we've gravitated towards. I mean, I'm literally watching darts right now. I'm watching the Motor Super Series on.
We've got to get into this, mate. We actually have to. We have to get into this. I'll mute it this time, so it doesn't bloody make us go deaf. I'm serious. We've got UFC on the show. This can just literally be an extension of UFC. Phone booth fighting. This is the stupidest shit. Look at this. This is the stupidest.
Look at these idiots! Yeah, I like that call, Adam. What about bowling, Saucy? Yeah, that's a fair point. Bowling's another one. I like that.
This is some of the stupid. That's the biggest Le Mans, but it gets better than phone booth fighting.
Online.
Round C car MMA. I don't know if you've seen this.
Cornhole as well. Pro League. I like.
Have you seen this Sauce? Have you seen this? Let me skip forward. Hopefully it
Here we
shows
go. We're
it.
definitely copping a copyright infringement here, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you seen this source? They fight in the front seat of a car. Have you seen this?
This is what Matty just said. Have you seen
Oh.
car fighting? When
There
is
it
this?
is. Have a look at this shit. What the hell? There's actually a sport for everyone. Oh, it's ridiculous. What am I actually watching on my screen here? This is just a joke. The guy's getting put into the sunroof. Like, it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Oh my god. Anyway, that's what we've come to on this show at the moment because they start with belts on. It's mad. They gotta unclip their belt. Chest boxing. Oh man. Jesus. All right. On that note, if you've got nothing in hobby talk source, safety first.
Not really. I mean,
safety
look,
first.
you could bring up a bunch of things, but a lot of the stuff that you could talk about and all the the
We're trying to stay away from negativity.
We don't always like to all the time bring up the same thing. So if you want the dose of that stuff, obviously go visit our mate Dan the Card Man. He's got you covered for all that. He puts out great content on that sort of stuff, and keeping up with some of these people. I think there's one here where he's talking about he calls it prison god or prison fraud. In regards to his stolen cards and things like that. So, all that stuff is still happening by lemons out there in the hobby. You just need to find your lane and enjoy the hobby the way you can. And when you do see stuff untoward, don't be afraid to call it out, because it actually helps others that aren't as informed as yourself on certain, scams or, little things in the hobby that sort of make it a distasteful place at times, but majority of the time it can be great.
What in the world is what do you watch, James?
I've got to bring back one of my last probably ship my cards. I had a bunch of cards sitting in there for ages. I was just waiting I just got to get my last cards that I've had sitting in PWCC forever. Domo, you should get yours out of there because I'm probably going to be sending some soon back.
Listen to this. What are you watching, James? Evolved fights. Competitive mixed wrestling. The winner gets to sexually dominate the loser in any way she or he likes. What are you watching?
That's fucked.
You just need to go to Doveton to see the car fighting on a Saturday night. Sydney Hobby Hangout coming out soon. Any date on Melbourne. 30th of June is the Melbourne one. Also, collectible fair this weekend.
Sunday, Darabin.
Sunday.
I think it's Darabin Community Centre, it's called.
Yeah.
Out there. I'm not exactly sure what time it starts, but maybe I could cross-reference that for people.
What's your best recent pickups, cards-wise? Right there. Dragonite. I haven't bought anything in ages. I've got a box of Footy Stars, as I mentioned. We've still got this case source that I need to rip. We've got a bit. We've got a bit going on. We need to get a guest on the show when we.
So
that's mainly my fault, by the way.
Of June, in Collectors Market, Melbourne Collectors Market, everything pop culture. 2nd of June, it is $3 entry. Kids under 12 are free. Darren Community Centre, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So the 2nd, I think, what's that, Sunday? Yep, Sunday. This Sunday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's a small little, short show, 4 hours. Get in there. It's nice and early in the morning, so you can get out, be out of it by the afternoon.
Yes, it is, Matt. It is across from Summerhill Shopping Centre on the money.
Yep, that's the one. And I know there's going to be a few card vendors out there, yeah? So as much as it says Melbourne Collectors Market, everything pop culture.
Shiny card traders are there. Double coverage are there. We're there.
There's figurines, there's toys, collectibles, all that sort of stuff. So there's a bit of a mixed jam there. Check it out.
Matty Tape says he picked up a nice JJJ fresh paint auto. Nice. Got a Tatum downtown out of a Card Lab Celtic series. Very nice. They're still gone. Card Lab.
They're still kicking on, yeah.
Oh, okay. Something must. Anyway, no comment. I'll stay out of that one. On that note, that's pretty much it. Nothing else happening. We'll try and get him off the grid going, I think. Once Leclerc's on top at the mid-season break, it'll be great. It'll be so good. Euros are coming up anyway, so we're going to have so much going on during the Euros. So much going on. Sauce and I.
Yeah, look out, ladies and gentlemen. I've just been doing a little sneak peek and having a look, seeing the teams that they picked. And look out, there'll be a bit of a
Italy
write-up.
winning? Italy winning?
Italy, they should qualify based off what I've seen in their group. They should be able to qualify from their group, from the teams that are in there. But nothing's a guarantee.
What's your thoughts on Portugal?
Well, geez, if they don't top that group, come on. They should top the group.
The king, mate.
They should top the group.
He
broke the Saudi League scoring record, mate.
I see. I didn't even have to say it. I got you to say it. I got you to say it. It's okay. No comment. It's all good.
Yeah.
He's top scored in every league he's ever played in.
So now Messi has to go top scorer in MLS.
That's not hard.
Nah, Zlatan was there for a season. Yeah, I think he scored a lot of goals when Zlatan was there. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but Messi gets a lot of assists. And Suarez is kicking goals for fun. Messi's got something. His stats are just stupid at the moment. Like he hasn't played the last 2 games, I don't think, Messi.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Injuries.
Yeah. Anyway, he's just enjoying that Miami life. On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Doma with the Great Man Sauce. Peace out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking All Spots, Double Curve.